brought to you by Checkers. Little place, big taste. By Southeast Toyota dealers. Now's the perfect time to get an amazing deal on a new Toyota during Toyota's perfect timing event. Toyota, moving forward. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. Rays and the Phillies tonight from Tropicana Field. Before we take a look at the starting lineups, let's go down to Todd Callis.
Dwayne, it is a website Wednesday. That means fans can email their questions to you and Kevin. But first, we have our Rays interactive poll. We'll wrap up last week's poll, which asked the question, why do you think the Phillies beat the Rays in the 2008 World Series? Well, 1/3 of the viewers thought it was the weather the main reason. About a quarter thought it was the intense ALCS against the Sox that took a lot out of the Rays. The third most popular choice was simply that the Phillies were better, and the Rays' experience also gained almost 20% of the votes. Now our new Rays interactive poll. Of the players other than Evan Longoria, who will probably make the All-Star team, who is the most deserving? A. Jason Bartlett, B. Carl Crawford, C. J.P. Howell, D. Ben Zobrist. Unfortunately, you can't vote for multiple players, so just of those four, we think there should be more than one of those guys. Who is the most deserving of those four? And in our Ask the Rays, Ask the Announcers segment, people can send their emails into ask.therays@fox.com. And those two guys, Dwayne Stats and Kevin Kennedy, are perusing the rule book to make sure they have the latest information to answer your questions. Well, guys, in the last 5 series the Rays have played, other than a sweep against the Washington Nationals, whoever won the first game of the series went on to lose the next 2 in the last 4 series other than that sweep. Let's hope that trend continues tonight, guys. Back to you.
All right, Todd, thank you very much. It will be the Rays and the Phillies game 2 of the series. Great to have you looking in. Let's take a look at the Philadelphia starting lineup. Jimmy Rollins will lead it off. He'll be at shortstop, followed by Shane Victorino and Chase Utley. Ryan Howard in there again as the designated hitter with Jason Wirth in right field, and Matt Stairs in left with Greg Dobbs playing first base. Pedro Feliz, the third baseman, the number 8 hitter. He's a pretty good bat to have down in that ace spot. Same thing with Carlos Ruiz, their catcher, hitting ninth.
And you got to believe Matt Garza is due for one of his real good starts. He's had 14 overall. The ERA is still below 4, but the last 3 outings he hasn't gone past 5 innings. That's not Matt Garza. More fastball efficiency, both sides of the plate. He's got the whole arsenal, as we know. Great slider, great curve, great changeup. The opponent's batting average again still second in the league, as lowest in the American League at .216. The defense behind Matt Garza today. Carl Crawford once again in left field. B.J. Upton in center. Gabe Gross gets a start in right. Evan Longoria at third. Jason Bartlett at shortstop. Ben Zobrist at second. Carlos Pena at first base. And Dion Navarro behind the plate doing the game calling for Matt Garza.
And there is Joe Madden. He said about last night's game, one of those that you put into the trash compactor as quickly as you can and turn the page.
I agree with that.
Rays now 37 and 35. There's Charlie Manuel, the skipper of the Phillies. 37 and 31 in his 5th year as the skipper of the Philadelphia Ball Club, with 391 wins as manager of the Phillies. He has over 600 wins in his major league managerial career. So Matt Garza limbers up. Big start for Matt as the Rays try to even this series. They have played well in interleague play. 8 and 5, and over the last couple of years they've gone 20 and 11 against National League teams. So Garza all set to go to work, and here is Jimmy Rollins. Garza, 9th in the league in strikeouts to start play tonight. 4 and 5 with a .383 earned run average. And here's the first pitch of this game. Rollins takes it for a strike. Rollins hitting .214. He was 0 for 5 last night, although he did reach on an error to lead off the game. Lifts it down the left side toward the line, slicing away from Crawford. Carl is there and makes the catch, and then goes sliding onto the bullpen mound for out number 1.
Boy, what a great jump by Carl Crawford. He was not going to be denied on this pop fly across the foul line. He's got this thing tracked the whole way and knows he's getting close to the stands there, so he makes sure he slides to save himself. That's the last thing the Rays need is an injury. Look at that speed. And look at the intensity with the look. Great play.
So that's 1 away. Here's Shane Victorino. Here's Chase Utley. And he's hit by that pitch. Utley doesn't give a lot of ground. In fact, he's been hit by quite a few pitches this year. Takes that one in. And so he goes to first.
That's smart, though. I mean, he took it like a man and goes down to first. But
that's the 12th time he's been hit by a pitch already.
You know, he looks out over the plate, and we talked last night. You got to pitch in to get the outside pitches, and that's a good pitch by Garza. Not trying to hit him, but you got to get in there so you can get your half of the plate.
So Utley's aboard with 2 gone. Garza facing the Phillies for the first time during the regular season, coming off Game 3 of the World Series in Philadelphia when he pitched against Jamie Moyer in that game that was rain delayed more than an hour and a half. Ryan Howard takes the first pitch down and in, a breaking ball. Howard, 4th leading home run hitter over in the National League with 20. And he's 4th in runs batted in with 55. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch foul the other way. So a fastball there, down 2-0, and he gets the foul ball to the opposite side to run it to 2-1.
And Matt started with a curveball, which was a pretty good one. I think he came back with a changeup, and then that one was a 94 fastball. Good pitch. It was down and away.
Foul ball ball again. Fastball once more time. 2-2.
Yeah, a couple of good ones there by Matt to even it up.
Garza got Rollins and Victorino and hit Utley with the first pitch. 2-2. A wave and a miss. He came back with the fastball and strikes out Howard to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the first. The red hot PJ Upton's going to lead it off. Crawford and Longoria to follow. No score. We go to the bottom half of the first. No score, and we'll take a look at the starting lineup for the Rays. PJ Upton leads it off, followed by Carl Crawford and Evan Longoria. Carlos Pena, Ben Zobrist, and Pat Burrell down the middle. Jason Bartlett, Gabe Gross, and Deanna Navarro rounding out the lineup against Joe Blanton. And the pitch, PJ Upton takes a strike. Blanton, a big right-hander, split last year between Oakland and Philadelphia. DJ pops it to the right side, foul. Ruiz, the catcher, all the way to the dugout for this one.
Joe Blanton this year with the Phillies. His first full year in Philadelphia. 13 starts, ERA is over 5. 282 batting average against, 16 home runs. Of course, he plays in that bandbox in Philadelphia too. Pitches there, and he has won his last 3 decisions. He's got a 3.62 ERA over his last 6 starts. 16-10 are the Phillies in all of his starts since he's come to Philadelphia.
First pitch to Crawford is down. A ball and no strikes. There's a strike on the outside corner. Proud to deliver this game to you in high definition. As the Rays and the Phillies play the middle game of their series. It's fouled by Crawford, out of play, and it's 1-2. Holds right there at a ball and 2 strikes. Crawford during the regular season against Blanton does not have a home run, but he got one in Game 4 of the World Series last year, connecting on Blanton. takes it off the plate in, and the count is 2-2.
Well, that home run we just saw, that's what Blanton tried to do against Carl in the World Series. He got his hands inside one on the inside corner and dropped it over. Between a hot B.J. Upton leading off and then most likely the starting third baseman in the American League for the All-Star game, and Evan Longoria behind you. B.J. swinging a hot bat. And of course, B.J., we talked about that all season. B.J. and Crawford 1-2.
Fly ball the other way into left, and Stairs is back there for it. 2 gone.
Yeah, Matt Stairs, you just saw in left field. Shane Victorino in center. Jason Worth in right. Pedro Feliz and Jimmy Rollins on the left side of the infield. Jay Sutley and Greg Dobbs on the right side. Carlos Ruiz behind the plate. And Joe Blanton will pitch to Evan Longoria.
Evan hitting .304 with 16 home runs. He's second in the league in runs batted in. And he misses the slider to start this at bat. Strike 1. A 1-1 count. Blanton out of Kentucky. One ball, 2 strikes. Grew up in the state and went to the University of Kentucky. Was Mr. Baseball in high school in the state of Kentucky, but he was not drafted out of high school. So he went to the University of Kentucky and was eventually drafted by the Oakland A's. 2-2. Played baseball there.
He jumped quite a bit, though, didn't he, when he got drafted by the A's?
Yes, he did.
Number 1 pick.
Breaking ball is fouled. Count still 2-2.
Joe's got the whole arsenal too. Joe Blanton, he'll throw the curve and the slider and the fastball change. He mixes it up.
There's a shot headed toward left center field, but Stairs had him played that way and makes the catch to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. On to the second, no score.
kids, and nothing says fun like inflatable Raymond out there. Hey, guys, by the way, tonight's Name That Ray, second day of our Name That Ray contest here between the Rays and the Phillies. Yesterday, a lucky Twitter follower won a signed ball by Gabe Kapler. For your chance at winning a signed baseball tonight, stay tuned during our broadcast. I will give you a clue. You can follow us on twitter.com/SunSportsFoxFL. Be the first to tweet the correct answer, and you will win an autographed baseball. That question coming up later, guys.
All right, we'll pay close attention as Jason Worth goes after the fastball and fouls it straight back. Second inning is underway. Worth and then Matt Stairs, followed by Greg Dobbs. That's a strike on the inside edge. 0-2. Field and Culberth calling the balls and strikes. He's been a member of the Major League umpiring staff since 1999. Out of South Carolina. One and two.
Well, Matt's established he's going to go inside on these guys. So he's got the count to do that. Doubled up right there on Jason Worth. Just missed strike three.
Down and away with this one. A slider, the upper 80s. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Garza's coming off a 5-inning outing his last start. It was on the last road trip when he pitched against the Rockies, Colorado. Swing and a miss. He takes care of Worth. That'll be strikeout number 3. Here's another look at this strikeout pitch.
I mean, that's not only 95. It's got a little bit of jump to it at the end. Look at that little movement at the end there. Coming in off the plate to Jason Worth. That's 95 with some tail to it.
And you know, I thought he threw a great pitch down that fastball to Howard to strike him out at the end of first.
Same thing. That tailed away from Howard when he struck him out.
So, I mean, that's some great low heat with movement.
You're not kidding.
Matt Stairs takes a pitch wide. 1 ball and no strikes. This game simulcast in Spanish. You can access this audio feature by selecting the built-in SAP option on your television. 2-0 the count here to Stairs.
Now, there's one thing Matt's trying to do every swing. I've known Matt a long time. He's told me this more than once. He's trying to hit a home run every swing. Looking fastball, trying to hit a home run. No ifs, ands, or buts.
There's the strike. He's 2-1. Well, he's 1 for 10 lifetime against the Rays right-hander Matt Garza. With 5 strikeouts, that would give you the idea that he's up there swinging hard. 3 balls and a strike. That one a little bit wide.
Now, Matt's had a heck of a career. He's been around a long time. Back in Montreal in '92, at one point he was the 3-hitter for that Expo team when we were together. It's a team with Larry Walker and Moises Alou and Marquise Grissom.
He goes after that pitch up and fouls it. There you are.
I mean, that's a home run swing. I mean, when he hit that home run against Jonathan Broxton to help get the Phillies to the World Series, I asked him, I said, what were you trying to do? He said, hit a home run. I got a 100-mile-an-hour fastball and I happen to square it up. He says, that's what I do nowadays, Kevin. I don't do anything else. I try to go out of the ballpark.
He still swings hard at 41. And the count is full. Fouls the fastball. So he keeps the count going.
Of course, you know, later he played for me in Boston, did a good job. And then really kind of made his career when he got a chance to play every day in Oakland. Became a 30 home run guy back in the late 90s.
Full count pitch again. Breaking ball got him looking. Curveball, strike 3 call. That was a a dandy 3-2 pitch. Strikeout number 4 for Garza.
That was a great matchup. Garza threw some great fastballs, and look at this thing. Off the table on the outside corner. Definitely a strike. No question about that. Beautiful curveball. Matt knew it.
Yeah, both Matts knew it.
Yep. You're right.
So 2 outs with the bases empty in the second. Greg Dobbs, the first baseman tonight. Pitch is a fastball, a strike away. One ball, one strike. Well, Garza in the first inning got Victorino looking, and he got Howard swinging on a great fastball down. Struck out Worth with a fastball here in this inning, and then got Stairs looking on a 3-2 breaking ball. 1-1 the count to Dobbs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, so far tonight, Garza is a man on a mission.
Yeah, he's got that look about him. He's able to repeat the delivery, but you can see the look on his face. And he's got not only 92 to 94 with the fastball, he threw 1 to 96 to Stairs, but he's got that movement we're talking about to go with it. He thinks it's tough.
And a little piece of that fastball to foul it and stay alive at a ball, 2 strikes. Garza, when he pitched Game 3 of the World Series last year, he got a no decision, working 6 innings. Gave up 6 hits, 4 runs, and homers to Ruiz, Utley, and Howard. He struck out 7 and walked 2. And a wave and a miss. He strikes out the side. 1, 2, 3. Go the Phillies. 5 strikeouts through the first 2. He got Worth swinging on the. From the all-inclusive Whitney Bank Club, if you haven't done it yet, you should give it a try. Extraordinary seating, luxurious lounge and dining areas. The Whitney Bank Club features upscale full menu buffet and inclusive drink options. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or go to RaysBaseball.com for more info. Carlos Pena leading off the bottom of the second, takes the pitch too low. Fastball down there. Carlos leading the American League with 22 home runs. And he bunts against the shift, rolling up the third baseline, foul. So the count is 1-1.
Carlos has shown he's going to do that, especially early in the game, to get on base. If he gets it down fair, of course, it's a base hit. It might be a double. I don't know about a triple, but it'll be a base hit at least.
Yeah.
And with, with Ben Zobrist hitting behind you, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, we talked about that last night. Zobrist still leads the American League in slugging percentage.
Right.
So you try to get on base in front of the sluggers, and
exactly.
It turned out to be one. Oh, a shot back into right field. That ball is going to be off the wall. Pena turns the bag at first and hangs on. He hit the ball too hard. He hit it so hard on a line off the wall that it carried him right back to Worth. And they hold him to a single. How about this shot?
Yeah, that's some top spin right there. That's why that didn't get out. We've seen Carlos get the ball up in the air high, but he got through that one, got on top of it. That's a major top spin and carried him right back to Jason Worth, who has an excellent throwing arm.
Well, you can bunt your way on, or you can line one and put a dent into the right field wall. It's a base hit either way.
Bunt one 40 feet or hit one 340 for a single. Either way.
First pitch to Ben Zobrist. He takes it for a ball. And with 15 home runs, there's a strike. Started wide and broke over. Ball and a strike, the count. Pitch in on him. Ran that fastball in, and 87, 88 in that department with that pitch. Zobrist is behind, a ball and 2 strikes. Hot shot. That's a foul ball. I'm not sure Cedarstrom can jump and call that play at the same time. Boy, that ball was right at him.
Well, I thought he had his right hand out fair at first. Let's take another quick look. I think it was hit so hard it was like a flash. Well, I guess he was trying to get out of the way, but let's see if it crosses the bag. That's very close. It's not where it lands, it's where it crosses the bag. I think that ball might have crossed the bag fair. If it crosses the bag, it's fair. It's not where it lands 20 feet past the line, past the bag. It's where it crosses it at the time. If it's in the air over the bag, it's a fair ball.
And that turns out to be a tough call because he's trying to get out of the way of a hot shot.
That's exactly right.
The 2-2 swing and a miss. Zobrist out in front of the changeup. That's the first out. Let's check in with Todd Callis here.
Dwayne, we're going to have all game long ask the announcers and also ask the Rays questions. And today our first one comes from Arthur G. There you see the email address to send your questions. We're going to actually have a player answer a question later on. But Deanna Navarro is one of the catchers who wipes out the line in the batter's box, the deep line. And Arthur G wants to know from Kevin, why would a catcher do that, guys?
Well, Kevin is the catcher in the booth. Swing and a miss by Pat Burrow, strike one.
Well, it's funny that question's brought up because I was watching Joe West last homestand watch DeHonor rub that line out, and I thought Joe, when he was behind the plate, was going to say something to him, but he didn't. He just watched him. And technically, if you're out of the box, I mean, you can.
Drive off the bat of Burrow. Way back and gone. Pat Burrow turns around a fastball. Hits his second home run of the year, and the Rays take the lead. Well, Pat Burrow, he's third on the all-time Phillies home run list. He just hit his first home run against him.
Well, it's interesting reading the clips today about Pat Burrell. He said, I got to start getting in my groove, basically paraphrasing. He got one right there. That's the Pat Burrell that the Rays got him for. That's a big 2-run home run, especially the way Matt Garza's throwing tonight. To get a couple of runs early for him.
He trails Mike Schmidt and Dal Ennis on the all-time Philly home run list. And he just tattooed that one into the seats in left center field to give the Rays a 2-0 lead.
Well, that distracted us from our catcher's question.
Sure did.
Forget about it. Sorry, there's no answer. No, I'm kidding.
2-0 the count now to Bartlett.
Well, you know, it reminds me of Eddie Perez when he was catching for Greg Maddux with Atlanta, how far outside he'd sit at that catcher's box. It was actually, it was illegal. It's supposed to keep the lines there. But most umpires won't worry about it too much unless you're dramatically outside the box. As you see, Reeves put another pop-up away right there by Jason Bartlett. The other one in the first inning by BJ. It's just a habit. It's a comfort thing. It's kind of to show, hey, I'm going to sit on both sides of the plate, maybe outside of the lines, and I don't want the umpire to call, a ball or a balk on me. So he just kind of rubs it out. It's like hitters like to stand deep in the box. They rub out the back line just so they get an extra inch or two, maybe. The umpires will kind of let that go, and do let it go. But if it gets ridiculous, and you see the catcher sitting way out off the outside corner, then he'll say, hey, get back in a little bit.
Gabe Gross taking the pitch for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes.
Remember the Braves when they would sit? I mean, Dennis Martinez would have his catcher when Sandy was pitching for Cleveland, would have Sandy Alomar put his, a right-hand hitter, put his left shin guard on the edge of home plate, which means his catcher, Sandy Alomar Jr., was sitting in the batter's box where you're seeing Gabe Gross right now. He'd be sitting with his both feet in the hitter's box, which is illegal. And of course, baseball cracked down on that finally, and and then the Braves pitchers had such good control when Maddux and Gladden would do it that they'd get the call. The catcher would be sitting outside, and the ball would be about 5-6 inches off the outside corner and be called a strike because he didn't move his glove.
Expand that plate. Wave and a miss on a breaking ball, and the count goes to 2-2.
So it's really just to get the edge. If you can get a little bit more outside and sit outside a little bit more outside of those lines, it's just going to help your pitcher. Here's a look. Both lines now are gone. See where Ruiz sets up right here on Gabe. See, he's just right foot outside the line, but that's okay. They'll let you do that.
Full count to Gross. Everybody's looking for that little extra edge.
Absolutely. That's all it is.
Couple of hard hit balls in this inning off Blanton. 3-2 to Gross. He pops it up foul. That's going to be out of play.
And I'll add to it, a catcher's balk. You can have a catcher's balk if you're intentionally walking a guy and you put your hand out. In the left-hand hitter's case, you put your glove out. If you get outside, if you move before the pitcher does and the ball's on the way, it's a catcher's balk, which is never called, but technically it's in the rule book.
3-2 again, and that's outside. Checked on the fastball away. Blanton's thrown a couple of changeups in this inning, and they've been pretty good.
Yes, they have.
He struck out Zobrist with a changeup, and he got his first strike to Gross with that changeup, and I'm surprised that we didn't see it again in that sequence of pitches there. As he walks Gross. Well, here's Deanna Navarro. The pitch is inside. Fastball. 1-0. Boy, it was great to see Burrell unload the first home run for Pat since the 13th of April. And, of course, he missed a month with the neck problem. Ground ball. Backhanded by Utley, and the toss to Rollins for the force on Gross to retire the side. But the Rays take the lead on the 2-run home run by Pat.
With a chip down, Robin Roberts is at his best. He retires the first 2 Giants in the ninth. Then Orlando Cepeda lifts a high foul in back of the plate. Joe Lannett makes the grab for the final out as Robin Roberts hangs up his 8th win of the year and his 214th lifetime National League final.
And we are pleased to have join us in the booth Robin Roberts as this game moves into the 3rd inning. The Rays on top 2-0. Robin, great to see you.
Thank you.
Pleasure to see you again, Robin. Been a while.
Listen, guys, I got to wave. The Bridge Club at Temple Terrace,
right
a lot of other people. I told them I'd wave to them.
It's all good.
2 balls and no strikes. That video bring back some memories.
Oh, yes. Especially nice to win one. You know what I mean? Nice pop fly to the catcher. I liked all that.
Well, you won your fair share. There's no question about that. It's 3-0 now to the third baseman, Pedro Feliz. You know, look at this, 286 career wins and you know, one Hall of Fame number after another one. But I tell you, Robin, the one that just amazes me, particularly in this day and age, you had more complete games than you had wins. You had 305 complete games.
I can't believe I screwed up those other games. But you know the thing about it, it's changed now. There are a lot of guys pitched full time. When I was there, Spahn and Larry Jansen and Magley and a lot of guys, you would go 9 innings. Nobody was counting pitches, and but I don't disagree with what they're doing. I mean, it's you know, it's great to watch the guys and the bullpens. The bullpens coming in and doing what they're doing is what amazes me. You go out there, come from the pen, and get the feel of the mound for 1 inning. It's not easy, and a lot of guys have learned to do it, and it's a part of baseball now.
Well, and I think you are part of the game that we will never see again.
I agree.
All of those complete games,
yeah.
all of those pitches, all the innings pitched. If you get the record book and show it to people who follow the game as recently as the last 10 to 20 years, they're amazed at what you accomplished and the pitchers that you mentioned. Spahns, Magley's. Pop up right side by Ruiz. That's Zobrist out there in short right field.
I must tell you, Gaylord Perry's in the Hall of Fame.
Anywhere.
And the guy that's pitched more complete games than anybody else that's living is me. I got 305 and he's got 303, and he is so mad at me. He's trying to come back. But you know, I think Spahny, he must have had close to 400 complete games. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize how good he was. And of course, Sandy had a short career, but he used to pitch 9 innings. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and Spahn got a late start in the big leagues too.
Yes, after the war, he was. I think he might have been 25 or 26 before he won his first game.
Yep.
Hey, Robin, what was the feeling like after the game, in between starts? I mean, to get ready for your next ones. You guys pitched every 4 days then.
Well, you know, when I won the game, my arm never bothered me. And I never lost a game that it didn't hurt.
Well, I like that.
You know, I really think that has a lot to do with it.
Well, it's a 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the Dodgers lead 2-0 on the home run by Pat Burrell. We go to the bottom of the third. Robin Roberts is with us. And Robin, one of the other things that just amazes me about your career was you were part of that Whiz Kid Philly ball club. And when you guys won the pennant in the early 50s as Upton fouls one away, you had to beat the Brooklyn Dodgers. You made 3 starts in the last 5 days of the season and beat the Dodgers at Ebbets Field. Explain that one to me.
Well, Kurt Simmons was called into the National Guard, which really hurt us. That was September 10th. Bubba Church got hit in the eye with a line drive, so he's out for the season. And Bob Miller hurt his back. So it turns out we did have 2 other guys, Kenny Heisman and Gus Meyer, but the manager just started me. In fact, he started me Wednesday against the Giants, and I got knocked out in about the 5th inning. He started me Thursday against the Giants, and then I had 2 days off before I pitched the last game back then. The thing about it, Newcomb did the same thing for the Dodgers, but because we won, nobody remembered. Newcomb was a marvelous pitcher. I can't tell you how good he was.
Well, here's the deal. The first day against the Giants, you didn't pitch a complete game, so you were probably ready for the next day.
I pitched 5 innings. I remember Hank Thompson was their third baseman, and that rascal hit a 3-run homer off me, which made the score, I think, 5-1.
Here's Carl Crawford hitting a drive deep to right field, and Worth goes back to make a leaping catch about a step from the wall for the second out.
By the way, Worth is from my hometown, and he's quite an athlete, I'll tell you that. He can shag that ball.
I don't know if a lot of people know this, but you're a Central Time Zone guy from Springfield, Illinois. And Worth made a heck of a catch right there for the second out. By the way, I know you see a lot of our games, and you've seen these guys play and pitch. Your evaluation of Matt Garza, he's an arm that you saw a lot of when you played.
Solid pitching staff. Price is going to be wonderful. Cashmere, he's struggling, but Garza and Shields, I never have seen a pitching staff more solid. Of course, they got to do it like they did last year, but they really have a wonderful club.
Here's Longoria with a base hit off a 1-1 pitch. 2-out single.
It looks like his leg's still bothering him a little bit, Longoria. I can't believe the start he had in this game. You're not supposed to be that good when you're that young.
Yep. Well, he really impressed me when he came up last year with his defensive play and the way he went about it as a kid. He's one of those guys who would inspect the infield, and you just don't see that kind of thing anymore.
Well, the thing I noticed about him, DiMaggio didn't take much of a stride, and he kept his weight back and unloaded. And, Longoria does a lot of that the same way. He does a stretch way out with his front foot, kind of sets it down.
Carlos Pena looks at a strike.
I watch him all the time, I'm a television guy now, and I've seen this club play so much. And last year, a guy asked me in August about him, and I said it would be nice if the Rays and the Phillies could end up in the World Series.
Wow.
And you were right on.
Yeah, the guy thought I was really smart.
Well, there's some great scouting to do off of TV now. I mean, you get some great angles.
I'm pitching every game. I'm right behind the pitcher. I do get on the umpires occasionally.
I was going to say, are you calling the game along with the guy? I mean, I do that because I'm a catcher. You know that. So, I mean, I go, it's the time to go inside, or,
I think, Kevin, I'm amazed how good they are, the umpires.
Yeah, they've done a pretty good job. They have.
It's easy to get on them, but over the long haul, that's a tough job,
1-1 to Pena. He shoots this one on a line to right, and over to make the catch again is Worth to retire the side. Robin, it's great to see you. Great to visit
Good
with
to
you
see
as
you
always.
again, Robin.
A true Hall of Famer as a player and as a gentleman.
I watch you every night, so
This game 2-0. Time for our Aflac trivia question. We've got you under our wing. How many pitchers have hit a home run in the World Series? Somehow an appropriate question tonight.
I think so.
Shane Victorino will open the 4th inning. The number 2 hitter in Charlie Manuel's lineup. Pitch outside, 1-0. Boy, that's a treat to have Robin Roberts with us. He's such a gentleman, and what a great pitcher. I just marvel when you get out one of those all-time baseball registers and you look at all of the numbers of the guys who pitched in the big leagues, and you look at his. He was really something.
Well, I mean, to pitch over 300 innings, granted they were geared for it, but he did it 6 or 7 times in a row. I mean, that's pretty incredible, really.
3-0 the count to Victorino.
You know, his son was with the Dodgers when I was a catching instructor, and I met Robin then back in the early 80s. He did a Hall of Fame camp with the Dodgers as well. And his son, of course, was taught initially by none better than Bob Boone.
Victorino draws a walk here to begin the 4th inning. Garza faced 10 men through 3. Utley, who's due up next, was hit by a pitch, and Garza struck out 5 through the first 2. Pitching here in the 4th now.
Boy, those last 3 at bats for the Rays, a base hit by Longoria, but the 2 loud outs to right field. This could be a 5-run game right now. So Matt's got to shut the door because the offense is swinging the bats pretty well tonight so far.
Now Chase Utley. Pitch is a strike to the Phillies second baseman. 16 home runs for Utley. He is 9th in the National League in that department. Hitting .303 for the year.
Now Victorino can fly. I mean, he will steal. He gives Chase Utley a couple of shots. Now that it's 0-2. Of course, it's a good pitch out count, but it's also a count where Garza may throw a breaking ball. So gotta be wary of Shane Victorino. He can absolutely fly.
Pitch is down. It's 1-2. Rays 2 runs, 3 hits. Top of the 4th already. There's Victorino, who walked to start the inning, taking his lead from first. Pitch inside. 2-2.
Now here's a great count now for Victorino to run on 2-2, and Matt's really got to just concern himself mainly with Utley now. Don't want to go 3-2. He's got to try to put away Chase Utley.
Foul. Holds the count at 2-2, and Victorino staying put that time at first base.
Matt's fairly quick to the plate, Matt Garza. He's doing a pretty good job. Hasn't thrown over there.
Utley had a big night last night. 3 hits and 4 runs batted in. Picking up his 16th home run of the season. Robin Roberts, who was just with us, was complimentary between innings of Garza and his, not only his arm strength, but his delivery. He likes a lot of things about this Rays right-hander. Pitch up and away there, and the count goes full now.
Well, now Victorino's going for sure. That's when you got to make a money pitch right here against an all-star second baseman in Chase Utley, one of the better players in the National League.
3-2 the count, nobody out. Victorino off first. There he goes. The pitch, and it's foul. Utley fouled it right back. A fastball, 3-2. So a bit of an extended at bat here to Utley. Infield hoping to get a double play ground ball. 3-2. Runner goes, the pitch, a breaking ball, and it's a little bit high. He threw him a 3-2 curveball, and that was close, but up a little bit. Back-to-back walks.
Yeah, Utley's reading the ball really well. He's able to wait and not bite on this curve. A little bit high. Navarro ready to throw down to second base in case it's strike three, but it was a little bit up.
Two men on, nobody out. Ryan Howard will bat. Well, Utley and Howard back-to-back in the top 10 in slugging percentage, 8 and 9 respectively in the National League. Pitch is down. 1 ball, no strikes. Jim Hickey asking for time, and the Rays pitching coach will head to the mound. Quick start for Matt Garza tonight. Couple strikeouts in the first inning. He got Victorino looking on that fastball in the first. Struck out Howard. Then struck out the side. He got Worth, Stairs, and Dobbs in succession. And 5 strikeouts through the first 7 hitters he faced. Now he's walked Victorino and Utley back-to-back.
Yeah, I mean, that's Matt Garza's pounding the zone, and all of a sudden a 2-run lead in the 4th, and you get back-to-back walks, pitching just a little bit too carefully. His stuff is so good. And you want to pitch the corners, but you certainly don't want to put 2 guys on for Ryan Howard to come up. I'm sure that was the conversation a moment ago with Jim Hickey out there on the mound.
A wave and a miss. He started Howard with a changeup after the visit, and that takes the count to 1-1.
Yeah, the equalizer. I mean, that's something you've got to put in the hitters' minds too, that you will throw that. That's a great pitch. Because what people are thinking right away, pitching coach makes it, goes to the mound. Well, it's going to be a fastball. Try to get ahead. Nope, changeup.
Down and in with a breaking ball. 2 balls and a strike. Rays got a couple runs in the second on the Pat Burrell home run. Two-one pitch, down and away. 3 balls and a strike. That pitch a little bit more off the plate than the one he struck out Howard with.
Yeah, really
in
running.
the first inning.
Really running on him, Dwayne. That's right.
The 3-1 pitch. And he missed wide with a fastball, and he's walked the bases loaded.
fastball. It's outside. Navarro does a nice job of trying to just slightly freeze it and bring it back in an inch, but it was clearly outside.
So they're loaded, and Jason Worth steps in. Worth struck out swinging, missed a 95-mile-per-hour fastball in the second inning. Ground ball to third. Longoria goes to the plate out there, down to first. Double play. Started on the ground ball to third. Longoria, Navarro to Pena. That double play helps considerably.
Quick reactions. Evan Longoria knew exactly where he was going when he got the ball. So did Navarro, of course. You know, there was no thinking right there by Longoria. I'm going to second base for the double play. I'm going home to first because he was playing in. He was playing the corners were playing even with the back. That's by design. It's the instincts you were talking about there with Robin Roberts moments ago. Evan plays like he's been around for 15 years.
So 2 outs now with runners at second and third. Utley's at third. Howard's at second. Matt Stairs is the hitter. And the pitch. Fastball in.
Wow.
Not by much, though. That was as close, I think, as close a miss as he's had with that fastball.
I think that kind of fooled everybody. I was going to say, they have too much plate. It's a good pitch. Even if it did miss, that's a good pitch.
There's a strike. 1-1. Plate has been moving around a little bit on Garza, but that double play helps. We got a dangerous hitter in Stairs. Breaking ball, wave and a miss. 1-2.
Nice block by Navarro too, anticipating the ball in the dirt. That's what he's got to do. Good job.
Well, Garza a pitch away from working out of this bases loaded, nobody out jam.
This is one of those momentum switch innings and pitches right here in the whole ball game.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Takes the count to 2-2. Two-men in scoring position, 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes to count to Matt Stairs.
Navarro and Garza can't get together on how to put away Matt Stairs, so well, they went through the sequence again.
He got him on a breaking ball the first time around, and he got him with a fastball this time. Swing and a miss by Stairs, and Garza pitches out of the bases loaded, nobody out jam. Double play and a strikeout. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Question, Aflac, we've got you under our wing. How many pitchers have hit a home run in the World Series? Aflac. The answer is 13. Ben Zobrist takes the first pitch down. 1 ball and no strikes. You might ask why. Is that appropriate to tonight's game? This pitch is down. Well, here's why. In Game 4 of the World Series, it was Joe Blanton who connected for a home run. He hits about 050 for his career, right. But he had a home run in the World Series. Ben looks at a strike, a fastball. 2-1. Zobrist struck out at a changeup in the second inning. This one is foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pat Burrell next, and then Jason Bartlett against the right-hander Joe Blanton. Strike call. A fastball on the outside corner down around the knees. So Blanton slipped that one by Zobrist. He got him on a changeup swinging in the second and a fastball looking in the fourth.
Yeah, it had good tailing action to it also. Take a look. Look at that. They tried to run it over the inside corner. Instead, they were setting up him, and it ran over the outer, well, actually the mid part of the plate. One of those 2-seamers you try to get the hitter to freeze on, and it still worked even though it came over the heart of the plate.
Well, here's Pat Burrell. There's the strike. Pat connecting for the home run in the second inning. That's accounted for the scoring in the game so far. 0-2. Done an 0-1 fastball.
Boy, they tried to get in on him, but they left that one. Blanton left that one over the plate.
Foul ball back, 0-2.
Tried to go up on him there. Pat was all over that one.
Blown away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A slider there. Blanton right back ready with the next one. And strike 3 call. He gets Burrow looking at a fastball. So back-to-back strikeouts on called third strikes.
At the knees, had the outside corner, tailed back again. Too close to take. Pretty good pitch. Bill and Coolbrook getting all excited.
So with the bases empty, here is Jason Bartlett. Pitch is too low. Bartlett starting the night with a career high 17-game hitting streak. It's in there on the corner. 1-1. Inside. 2 balls and a strike. Play the other way to square the count. Jason, 1 game short of the all-time Rays hitting streak record. And that one drops in. Breaking ball, strike 3 call. So it's Blanton who strikes out the side. We're through 4.
current Ray, who has averaged 31 home runs, 99 runs batted in, and 103 walks the past 4 years. That's our Name That Ray clue. Log on to Twitter.com and tweet us at Sun Sports Fox FL. The first one to tweet with the correct answer wins a signed ball from that player. The averages, once again, for the current Ray: 31 home runs. There's a line drive base hit to start the inning, as Gabe Gross gets it back in. 31 home runs, 99 RBIs, 103 walks the past 4 years. That is our Name That Ray clue. Guys, here's another question in our Ask the Announcer segment on Website Wednesday. They want to know about the high part of the strike zone. Bill wants to know, he's a little confused. He thought the high part of the strike zone was between the top of the belt and the top of the shoulder, the midpoint there. But he says that's rarely called a strike, so he's wondering what you guys think the high part of the strike zone is.
Well, he's pretty observant, I'll tell you.
That's the book rule, and that's exactly what Major League Baseball and all being under one umbrella now with both leagues wanted to reinforce, especially when Sandy Alderson was still part of MLB. Now,
but Kevin, you probably don't see it as much as you'd think you would.
You don't see it really at all. Very, very, very rarely. But technically, it should be called.
Dobbs has singled to open the inning. Want to know the count to Felice.
I mean, you're always taught to pitch down because that's the toughest pitch to get through, especially to hit the long ball. Balls up in the zone are easy to get to. Hitter sees it. So umpires, look down also, and the umpires are now in that slot between the hitter and the catcher. In the old days, the American League umpires had the outside chest protector, and technically they were right behind the catcher. Their head basically was right behind the catcher. Not anymore for either league.
1-1 is wafted toward right, near the line, and Gabe Gross makes the catch. So Dobbs, who picked up the first Philly hit of the game to lead off the fifth, remains at first.
So it used to be that the American League was more of a high ball league because the umpire's head was up high right behind the catcher, directly behind him because of the outside protector. And the National League was more of a low ball league because they were in that slot between the hitter and the catcher, and their chest protector is inside like it is now. That's their chest protector behind the chest there that they were. And both leagues wear that now. But in the old days, remember the old outside protector that you saw?
Yeah, you'd see the umpire peering over the top of that outside chest protector.
And he didn't see the low ball as well, but he rested his head on that chest protector, and he could see the high ball, the high strike. But by book rule, yeah, our emailer is absolutely right. It should be called. But especially a lot of the veteran umpires, they still have their own zones from when they first started. They don't change much.
1-0 count to the catcher, Carlos Ruiz.
Like there's a pitch. Now that missed away, but even if that was over the plate, that would have been a strike. That would have been the midpoint between the belt, or the top of the pants, is what the book rule says, and the top of the shoulder. So here, we'll take a look. Now, technically, that would be the midpoint right there, but it's outside. If it was over the corner, technically that should have been called a strike.
It's going to be foul, out of play. Take the count to 2-1.
And that line I just drew is the top of the zone, the top of the strike zone. Midpoint between the top of the pants and the top of the shoulders. It's the highest part of the strike zone.
One on, one out. High foul the other way. It's well out of play. The count is 2-2. Garza working with a 2-run lead in the top of the fifth inning. That's going to be foul. Holds the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Ruiz is just a scrapper. That's what I like about him. He just battles it. He's not a great hitter, but he'll come up with a big hit here and there. Pretty good breaking ball by Garza. He kept himself alive.
The ground ball to second. Zobrist to Bartlett, 1 over to first. That's a 4-6-3 double play to retire the side. A nice little double play ball. Phillies are out in the 5th inning. The double play started by Zobrist. 2-0 Rays. Well, the Rays hold a 2-0 lead. Matt Garza making the start tonight. Started quickly at 5 strikeouts through the first 2 innings. The Rays took the lead in the bottom of the 2nd. Pat Burrell belted a home run with Carlos Pena aboard. That has accounted for both runs. Garza in a bases loaded jam in the 4th. Got a double play ball out of Worth and struck out Stairs to end that threat. So we move into the bottom of the 5th inning. Gabe Gross will lead it off for the Rays. The number 8 hitter. He takes a breaking ball low to start the bottom of the 5th. Blanton struck out the side in the 4th inning. 3 called 3rd strikes. Strike to Gross. 1-1. Gross went to 3-2 with Blanton in the 2nd inning and eventually drew a walk. They've had a little cat and mouse game going on between the two of them. Gabe takes a cut and misses.
Yeah, a good cut and a pretty good pitch. Just tied him up a little bit. Came inside with 89 with a fastball.
You always think when there's one of those situations with a pitcher and a hitter, and that hitter's expecting a certain pitch, somewhere during the night he's going to get the pitch he's expecting. That one comes back, though, is a call 3rd strike. Fastball that came back to catch the plate. 4 consecutive strikeouts. Be sure to visit RaysBaseball.com to enter the tobacco-free Florida Rays Junior Announcer promo. Throughout the month of June, you can win Rays tickets and have your child serve as the Rays Junior Stadium announcer during a home game. Visit RaysBaseball.com for details. Here's Deanna Navarro. Pitch inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Been a heck of a game so far tonight.
I'll tell you, and Blanton has been painting it up right here. Some of those pitches are running back over the inside corner. Those 2 seamers.
This one is down to Navarro, 2-0. 4 consecutive strikeouts for Blanton, all call 3rd strikes. And a shot back into center field. Victorino still going back to track it down on the warning track, and he makes the catch. Now he hit it to straightaway center field. 2 gone. Throughout our communities, unique individuals give back in many charitable ways. Miles Marinello, Tommy Timberlake III, and Glenn Permoy, local finalists in People Magazine's All-Stars Among Us through June 24th, which would be today. You can vote for one by going to foxsports.com and clicking on the link for All-Stars Among Us. The winner from each Major League city will be honored before the All-Star Game, July 14th, seen only on Fox. Want to know the count to B.J. Upton. B.J. looking for his first hit tonight. A strike at the knees. 1-1. Blanton has certainly zeroed in that strike zone here in the last couple innings. 1 ball, 2 strikes with the foul ball.
Yeah, see, and he's going back in too. I mean, he paints away, then he comes back in, but in off the plate or on the black of the plate enough where it's been tying some of the Rays hitters up, just like that one on BJ. He's tough to sit on because he's throwing everything. He's throwing his curve, his slider, his change, 2-seamer, 4-seamer. Those are outside signs. What you see Ruiz doing. And what that means is instead of going inside and doing it at the cup area, some pitchers can't see as well. He did that last night with Jamie Moore. It might be first touch, last touch, second touch.
Another breaking ball, and Upton takes that. The count is full. Back-to-back curveballs. There's Jamie Moyer, the 46-year-old lefty. He put on a clinic last night.
Boy, he did.
See another 3-2 pitch. I thought his comments were interesting about David Price. I mean, he gave Price some kudos. He said, you know, he's like any other young pitcher. He's going through growing pains in the major leagues. He says he's got a chance to be really something great.
I agree with that.
3-2. Fastball is fouled back. We'll see another 3.
And I love David's comments too. He said that one's on me. He said I felt great last night. I thought I had my best stuff, and you and I had both said that. He did.
Yeah, he had great stuff.
He did. He lost on sequencing to me, not on his stuff.
Swing and a miss. Upton out on strikes. Missed the fastball. So we are through 5. Rays lead 2-0.
Chance to watch this game, and I know McGranda's going through some really tough times right now with cancer, and I'll be home to see you soon, and hang in there, and I love you both very much, and I can't wait to see you.
Grant Balfour had a special jersey made up honoring his grandfather, Grandpa Holden. his mom's parents watching back in Australia. And guys, he was really excited. We're happy to be on MLB International tonight, going around the world, including Australia and Korea. And I know Grant was really excited about his grandparents being able to watch him tonight, so hopefully he'll get in there later. But best wishes out to Grandma and Grandpa Holden. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We were pleased to be able to give Grant an opportunity to give a shout out to his grandparents.
Absolutely.
1-1 to count to Jimmy Rollins. He's a long way from home, and they are certainly on his mind. One is lined into right. That's going to hang up and be caught by Gross. That's the first out here in inning number 6.
You know, there was some talk today about Philly fans wondering why Jimmy Rollins is still leading off, and Charlie Emanuel said, listen, he's having good at bats. He's still our catalyst. Where do you want me to put him?
You know, he's a lot like the Rays went through that with B.J. Upton.
Absolutely.
And you know, it's only a matter of time until Rollins hits for the Phillies, the way it was only a matter of time until B.J. Upton got completely healthy and started to produce the way that the Rays thought he could in that leadoff spot. So, I mean, you understand what Charlie Manuel is saying.
Well, you know, as he said, I've been with Jimmy Rollins so long, I know when he's going to come out of it. And, you know, there's Charlie and Jimmy, the relationship, a great relationship they have. And with guys like Jimmy Rollins that have been around a long time, you know they're going to come out of it. It's not going to, they're having a little smile right now. And I guarantee you, Charlie's saying you can't hit the ball any harder than that. It is not falling right now. But Jimmy's too good of a player. You know, you hope he gets out of it when they go to Toronto again and play them again.
That would be a good thing. And it's 2-1 to Shane Victorino. Victorino struck out looking in the first and walked on 4 pitches in the 4th. It's a 2-1 count to him here in the 6th inning.
Yeah, that's the guy you got to keep off base right here. Utley's locked in.
And a foul ball back on a big cut on the fastball.
Yeah, and a good pitch. Tied him up. 95 right there. Being on his hands. Couldn't get extended. Matt's done a nice job of mixing it up, and Yellow Navarro as well, calling the game, going both sides of the plate. And that's what you have to do. David Price next time out, I guarantee you're going to see some 95, 96 fastballs in.
Full count. Garza's given up 3 walks. He walked the bases loaded to start the 4th and got out of that one. Now he's 3-2 with Victorino.
He tried to throw that same fastball he got Victorino on the first inning. He paralyzed him on a 94 fastball, but he missed too far in.
3-2 and a fly ball lifted toward left center. Upton is there to make the catch. So 2 outs, 2 up, 2 down. Rays fans, the Checkers Citrus Series concludes this weekend. Tune in to see who wins the bet of the 40-piece party size of Checkers Classic Wings. Checkers will donate $1,000 to the winning team's charity of choice, and you'll win a 3-piece of Checkers Classic Wings. For details, see sunsportstv.com following the conclusion of Sunday's game. Chase Utley. First pitch strike to him. 2 outs with the bases empty.
Boy, that's a nice pitch. 96 inside corner at the knees. Doesn't get any better than that.
Utley's been hit by a pitch and has walked. Pitch is low.
Yeah, Utley's tough because he's very quiet. You see nothing move. I mean, he just stays right there and he loads and very short.
And
short to the ball.
He shows a great eye.
Yeah.
He's not going to chase pitches, and he takes pitches that are very close. Like that one.
Yeah, he reads the ball. I mean, he doesn't do what his name says.
That's right. Exactly. 2-1.
Who had the best name for a pitcher? Was it Josh Outman with Oakland?
Yeah, I think that might be the best one so far.
Pretty good pitcher's name. Saw him here a couple weeks ago.
2-1 to count. Base is empty. 2 outs. And a fastball is low. 3-1. He's taken 2 fairly close pitches, particularly the one for ball 2. And now it's 3 balls and a strike.
Boy, the more you can keep your head still, hit it, keep it right there, the quicker you can be. You don't jump at the ball. You don't get fooled by anything. The longer you can wait, the quicker you can be.
3-1. Fly ball into left. Crawford is there to make the catch. And fastball overpowered him. Bottom of the 6th coming, 2-0 Tampa Bay.
You know, it's been well documented that Kaz's struggles has been, you know, he'll come out and throw a lot of pitches early, and it doesn't give you a chance to pitch very deep into the game, or nor to be successful.
Our Geico quote of the game from Brian Anderson as Carl Crawford leads off by lining one that kind of corkscrews and gets away from Jason Worth in right field. Crawford's thinking 3, and he's going to be out at third base. Dwayne, go ahead.
Crawford trying to stretch it into 3 is out at third base. Well, you can't run faster than your guardian angel can fly, and he's out at third base.
And he was not running hard out of the chute, and that cost him right there. He kind of ran hard after he saw that it went over Worth's head. Kind of stumbled going around second base. That cost him, and then a perfect throw by Jimmy Rollins. And he gets him. And a couple things got him. Normally Carl's out of the box running hard, but he thought he'd lined right at Worth, so he wasn't busting his tail immediately, and that cost him. But, you know, Worth missed the first cutoff man. It went to Jimmy Rollins, the trailer, and he was able to turn around and throw a strike to third base.
Well, there's him and Longoria, and he takes the pitch down. Crawford's going to get a double, and you know, that play at third base, I'm not so sure about that. Take another look. There's a line drive off the bat of Longoria, headed back toward the corner. Evans on his way to second. He'll stop right there. So that's going to be a double, and Longoria is still not 100%.
No, he's not. And, you know, Robin Roberts mentioned that when he was up here watching every game, and he's right on. Evan is not 100%. He gets his 24th double. Running hard right there, and he knows he wants to get there, but he's taking it easy right here, and he should. But I just don't think he's 100%. Those take a long time. I thought he came back a little soon when he did. I was surprised he played in New York against the Yankees, and he's been battling through it. And let me tell you something. I mean, he's not going to say anything, but that does affect your hitting. And you don't have both legs 100%. He's still swinging the bat, but tells you what kind of gamer he is.
And here's Pena taking a pitch down. So Longoria has a double. Crawford got credit for a double and then was out at third. And, you know, he did stumble a little bit, and when he gets up a full head of speed, he sometimes runs faster than, I don't know if it's the elements or his body will allow him. And we've seen him do that before, and he got ahead of himself, and that's what I mean. You can't run faster than your guardian angel can fly.
No, I know.
He tries that sometimes.
I got that, yeah. And he was flying. I was watching him live around the bases. I wasn't looking at the monitor, and I said, he's going to make that. And I saw Worth. Worth was trying to hit Chase Utley, but he actually overthrew Chase Utley. So when I saw the ball go over Utley's head, I said, oh, he's in there. And then Rollins was right behind him as a trailer and threw a strike to third base. But that's why you line up two guys on a sure double situation. You line up that way.
There's a strike to Pena. The count is 2-2 with a man at second and one out. So the Rays have 2 runs, 5 hits. Phillies have Rollins right up the middle. And that's a pitch very close that Carlos takes for ball 3.
And that was in. And, you know, Blanton's complaining. I thought the ball was in, definitely. The Phillies have shown, you know, last night Moyer, now tonight Blanton, they're going to pitch in to try to get their pitches away. If you miss into Pena, it's 4-0.
Carlos singled off the right field wall in the second inning, and then hit a line shot caught in right field by Worth his last time up. And did he go? He did, says Honora. Pena thought he held up. He was on his way to first, but he's out on strikes on the breaking ball. He could not check. Take another look.
Take a look at the side right here. Yep, he sure did. Broke the wrist, barreled the bat in front of the plate. Blocked by Ruiz.
So 2 outs. Longoria still at second for Ben Zobrist. Zobrist has struck out twice, swinging at a changeup and looking at a fastball. This one is inside. Didn't come back quite enough for Blanton. 1 ball, no strikes.
You can see how far in Carlos Ruiz sets. He wants to make sure they're not going to miss over the heart of the plate when he sets up in. He's way in.
Pitch away.
From the center field camera shot, you know, Ruiz isn't moving his glove, but that doesn't mean it's a strike. He's so far inside when he goes in there. It's a good 4 or 5 inches in.
And low, blocked by Ruiz. 3 balls, no strikes.
Well, they won't challenge Zobrist. They certainly know he's got 15 home runs and he'll be swinging here. But, you know, if Ben does walk, you got Pat Burrell who hit a big home run, the only runs of the game tonight, on deck.
And there is ball 4, so he walks him on 4 pitches. Let's take another look at that play on Crawford at third base on the ball that sort of got away on a line drive from Worth. Here's the end of that play at third.
Yeah.
And he got him.
Yeah, he got him. I mean, Carl's flying, stretching it out. Rollins just throws a strike. Got him right on the right, just above the right knee, just before Carl got in there to third base by about a foot or so.
So it's first and second, 2 outs for Pat Burrell. The pitch is inside. Burrell, the difference in this game right now on the strength of a 2-run home run in the second inning. And again, 2-0.
I like this cat and mouse because these two guys played together, know each other, and Pat got him the first time with a 2-run home run on a fastball in that Blanton missed, and then struck him out last time on a fastball in.
Doing a 2-0 breaking ball, and it's low.
And I think what happened last time, Pat was thinking he's not going to come up with that fastball again, so he was looking for a breaking ball and got a fastball for strike 3. So who's guessing right now?
How about that? A 3-0 breaking ball for strike 3-1.
Once again, the Rays still make them work. 100 pitches into the 6th inning here.
And now the changeup. Full count.
Pat wasn't looking for either one of them, and he shouldn't be. But now 3-2, he's got to protect.
And a ground ball down to third. Felice will make the throw across the diamond. Burrell is out of there, and the Rays lead 2 through 6, 2-0 Tampa Bay.
Kazmir's progress, and earlier today you see Kazmir with pitching coach Jim Hickey. He was throwing a bullpen session, throwing long toss before he got out there, and everything looks positive, guys. We're going to know more in the next day or so, but a lot of people want to know this on our Ask the Announcers segment. We have at least 4 people, Kathy and Patrick and Kevin and Billy, all want to know what happens with the rotation when Scott Kazmir comes back, guys.
Well, that's going to be a question that in the next couple of days may have to be addressed. Everyone was very optimistic about his outing at Durham. You heard the report from Brian Anderson. Want to know the count to Ryan Howard, and I think they felt pretty good about what they've seen since then as well. And the Rays may have a decision to make.
It's a tough decision because Jeff Neiman doesn't have any options, and certainly if they try to put him through waivers.
This is Bartlett playing in the second base spot with the shift positioned perfectly. And Howard is out of there, 1 away.
Big out to start the 7th. That wouldn't work. Somebody would definitely claim him, and I'm not saying that would happen. I mean, somebody might go to the bullpen, and somebody from the bullpen could get sent down. Andy Sonnenstein has options. I think the one thing that I'll say, just from my vantage point, I don't know anything on the inside. I haven't talked to anybody about it. I'm just saying I would not move David Price. I think there's just too much upside. He's learning in the big leagues. I think he takes his last start yesterday, and I guarantee you 4 days from now, you're going to see a different guy.
Well, he learns every time he goes out.
Yeah. And, you know, the demeanor, even down 10-0, he didn't have that hang your head, woe is me, feel sorry for me demeanor. He took the hit, and I guarantee you come back out there. He just got that great mound presence, and he's able to repeat his delivery. Yeah, he just has to, you know, what he's got to learn is he's going to have to use his changeup a little bit and pitch inside effectively when he, you know, needs to, whether it be help from Navarro or whoever catches him or called from the bench or himself. You're going to have to guide him along a little bit.
2-0 the count to Worth. The other thing, you mentioned Neiman. There's no way they're going to let him go.
No.
Because the basic idea, if you're running a baseball office, you want to retain personnel and not be in a position to lose it. So with him out of options, he's going to stay. 3-0 the count now to Worth.
I mean, one of the starters could go to the bullpen. That's a possibility, and somebody else could go down. That's distinct possibility.
Hey, on our home run question, by the way, I got a note from Doug Holtzman, who used to be a member of the Rays organization. He's the very handsome nephew of Kenny Holtzman. And before the home run hit in the World Series by tonight's starting pitcher Joe Blanton, the last pitcher was Kenny Holtzman, by the way.
How about that?
So.
Good left-hander, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. There's a strike to Worth. 3-1. Well, Doug's now over with the Houston Rockets, and I figure that'll probably be good for a game sometime in the offseason.
I think so.
Foul right back into the screen. Full count as Garza has come back. Howard is grounded out. Worth the hitter with Stairs on deck. Fly ball toward the right field corner with some carry. That ball is going to be a fair ball, and we'll get out of here. Home run by Jason Worth, right down the line, and just fair. Worth hits his 13th home run of the year, and it's 2-1.
Now Garza supplies the power with the fastball outside corner. The only problem was it was up a little bit, and Jason was able to get enough of it, and he's strong enough to hit it 323 feet for the home run.
The 13th home run by Worth, the 14th allowed by Garza this year. Here's Matt Stairs. Pitch is outside. So it's a one-run ball game. Slow. 1-1.
Nothing wrong with going 3-2 away, even though Worth hadn't caught up with the fastball all night, but as long as it's down.
1-2.
Because Worth was in contact mode. He was just trying to put the ball in play. And the ball happened to be up and out over the plate. And if your bat is slow, and not that he has a slow bat, but Garza's been beating him on a fastball in. And he was just trying to put it in play, and he did.
Foul ball back. 1 out, bases empty. Phillies with a run. It's a 2-2 count to Stairs.
That's how tough it is in the big leagues with good hitters. I mean, you make one mistake and they'll make you pay somehow. That's all he's made is one mistake all night.
And a line drive into to center field for a base hit. Upton makes the pickup. First hit for Stairs tonight. That follows the home run. Every Sunday's a family fun day presented by the St. Petersburg Times. Get a ticket, Pepsi product, and a snack starting at just $18. Come out Sunday, the 28th, when the Rays take on the Marlins. The first 10,000 kids 14 and under receive a James Shields bobblehead presented by Geico. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com. Now Greg Dobbs. Garza at 95 pitches as he starts this sequence to Dobbs. And it's wide. No ball to no strikes. Dobbs picked up the first hit for the Phillies. He led off the fifth with a single into right.
Yeah, he got a curveball and he looked like he was sitting on it. I mean, he just waited and slapped it into right field.
Lifts this one toward the right field line. Gross is there to make the catch. He had to come in a bit. 2 gone. There's Joe Nelson roosting in the bullpen. Pedro Feliz is the hitter. Feliz has grounded to short and a fly ball to right. Strike one.
Well, there's that fastball with movement. That was 90, but it had good tailing action to it. Feliz is normally a good fastball hitter. Has a lot of trouble with the breaking stuff. Good cripple hitter. 2-0 counts, 3-1 fastball hitter, meaning what I mean by that.
Takes a fastball for ball one. It's 1-1.
Garza's at 100 now. He's got to try to get through this inning. You're starting to count outs now.
Ground ball down to third. Longoria takes it to second for the force play there to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the seventh inning stretch time. 2-1 Rays. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Jason Bartlett will open the home half of the seventh with the Rays leading 2-1. Jason 0 for 2 tonight. He fouls the first pitch, a fastball, and it's fouled out of play. Strike one.
Lefty J.C. Romero joins Farm in the Phillies bullpen.
17-game hitting streak on the line here tonight. Our Toyota Trend takes one wide. 1-1. Jason just trying to work his way aboard any way would do. As the Rays try to add to their one-run lead. Fouls it out of play. 1-2 strikes. Action in the bullpen. Shanho Park, the right-hander, has been up a while. J.C. Romero, the lefty, has just joined him. Taken low.
Yeah, everything's moving for Blanton. I mean, you can't sit on any one pitch. You just gotta hope he makes a mistake and square one up.
A wave and a miss. Bartlett is out on strikes for the second time. It's 8 strikeouts tonight for Blanton.
Yeah, he's throwing nothing straight. Bottom fell out of that pitch. Try to sit on a pitch early until you get 2 strikes, and hopefully he gets one up. You can drive out of the ballpark if you're Gabe Gross.
Gross 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. The pitch is in there around the knees. One now. The Phillies, who've been so good on the road this year, continue to get great starting pitching on the road. There's a strike at the knees. 1-2 coming into this game. The Phillies are 24-9 on the road, just 13-22 at home. But on the road, what a run they've had.
That's a key word, too, at the knees, because that's where Blanton's been.
Swing and a miss. Gross is out on strikes for the second time. 2 up, 2 down here in the inning. Rays 10-game package with a nice ring to it. Buy 2 or more 10-packs and receive the replica 2008 American League Championship ring. You select the games of your choice. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com to select your games and receive your replica ring. Navarro. It's a strike as Avi had shortened on the bat. Ball wide. 1-1.
Victorino plays a shallow center field too, and he almost got one over his head last time, but Victorino went straight back and made a nice play.
That's a ball, 2 strikes. Navi out front there on the change of speed.
Shane. Not too deep. He made a nice play going over the shoulder. Last time Navi hit that, he squared it up nicely in the 5th inning. Lining out to deep center.
It's a ball, 2 strike count to Navarro. And he's out in front again and strikes out. So Blanton strikes out the side for the second. Ballpark tonight. The souvenir to boot here in this 2-1 game through 7. Time for the stay in the game hold of the day, brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color. A look into the Rays bullpen. Grant Balfour has 9 holds, Dan Wheeler 8, Ryan Schaus with 6, Joe Nelson 5, and J.P. Howell 4. As middle relievers keep their teams in the game, you too can stay in the game with Just for Men Hair Color. Entering the game is Willie Ibar, taking over for Evan Longoria here in the 8th inning. Evan showing some signs of favoring that hamstring a bit. Carlos Ruiz leads off the 8th. And the pitch is a strike. Garza, through 7 innings, had made 100 pitches.
Still throwing 94 with that first pitch strike to Carlos Ruiz.
Put in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Randy Choate, the lefty, now up in the Rays bullpen.
Pretty critical out right here. You got 6 outs to go, and you got to get the bottom of the order here before the lineup turns over.
That's a strike. 1 and 2. Garza with 6 strikeouts tonight. Walked 3. They all came to start the 4th when he walked the bases loaded. Pitch up was fouled, out of play. Fastball up there, and it's a 1 and 2 count. Enough to stay alive.
Yeah, too good a pitch though, up in the zone right there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, he's got help behind him, so I mean, you just got to really take a deep breath and focus on each pitch. You're going to make a put-away pitch here. No mistakes with the breaking stuff up.
Still 1 and 2 as Ruiz managed to foul it away.
Yeah, that was a good put-away pitch.
A little better there.
Yeah, much better. You just got to do it again. That's it. Last time up, this guy's a scrapper. Not a great hitter, but he lays in it bad on you.
Again. He got him. Navarro will take it down to first to complete the strikeout. Ruiz is out of there. So Garza strikes out the first man here in the 8th.
Yeah, that's a huge out. He did double it up. He did an even lower one. Better breaking ball. That's what we're talking about. Navarro able to block it, keep it in front. Breaking ball came in. He saw Navarro come up. That's okay, basically, because he saw the ball come up. That breaking ball was out in front of the plate, so Navarro saw the ball come up. So as a catcher, you don't have to keep the glove all the way down. You just got to make sure it bounces off your chest protector, stays in front. And he saved it right there.
Pitch to Jimmy Rollins is low. 1 ball, no strikes. Going to be out of play. It's a 1-1 count right now, and 110 pitches on the night for the Rays starting pitcher.
Yeah, Matt's gone as much as 120 this year, 116 a couple of times, 112, so he's in that range. Or he's still fine. It's just a matter of matchups right now. 4th time around the lineup. Just depending on who's up, what Joe Madden wants to do.
Ooh, that's a good pitch. Fastball, mid-90s. well located.
Yeah, that's down at the knees and 95. That's what you're talking about right there. Look at this. Paint, knees, outside corner. No chance.
A ball, 2 strikes. Give it to him. 2-2. That slider started wide. Pretty close pitch, and Madden wanted the swing.
Well, Jimmy thought he was out. That's the problem. Jimmy Rollins thought he was out, so he starts walking away. And he got a reprieve. Now the ball's outside. Did he go? Jimmy thought he did.
Yes, he did. There wasn't any question he went around.
That's why Jimmy was walking away. That's a bad call right there.
Ground ball foul outside of first. I mean, it wasn't even close.
Well, you know, the hitter lets you know. I went. That's why I'm walking across home plate going toward the dugout. Oh, thank you very much. That's that. How do you miss that, Brian Honora? That's just a bad call. I'm sorry. That's.
Hey, there's a guy.
I mean, especially when the hitter's already let you know.
Yeah.
He knew he went. That's why he started walking across home plate toward the dugout.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And a popper. Third base side. Ibar directly behind the bag makes the catch. So he retires Rollins. It took a couple extra pitches to do it, but he got him.
Yeah, and it's a good battle by Garza to stay with it. Stay focused and stay with it, not let that bother him. They exert a little bit more energy, though.
Rays post game coming. Rays live following our contest. 2 outs here in the 8th. Shane Victorino. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. And there's a strike. The fastball to start the at-bat.
I think this will be Matt's last hitter either way. So he's just letting it all out right now. That fastball in the mid-90s.
That's a strike. Breaking ball. 2 very good pitches. Dan Wheeler has joined the left-hander Randy Choate in the Rays bullpen.
Great curveball right there. Paralysis. That's a good pitch.
A 2-strike count. The ground ball headed towards short. Bartlett up with it, and he's thrown to first in time to retire the side. Bottom of the 8th coming. It's
question was, what Rays player last 4 years has averaged 31 home runs, 99 RBIs, 103 walks? The answer was Pat Burrell. Congratulations to Mike in Valrico for knowing that answer. He wins an autographed Pat Burrell baseball. Tomorrow, guys, our final of our Name That Ray Twitter trivia questions. You have to be here at Tropicana Field. We're going to give away a question to those fans here at the stadium. So if you haven't made plans, make sure to join us at the ballpark for tomorrow's finale to ask, or to our Name That Ray Twitter trivia. Guys, one final Ask the Announcer question tonight. Terry wants to know why you see shifts against left-hand hitters, but you hardly ever see them against right-hand hitters.
All right, well, here's B.J. Upton to lead off. The count's 1-1 on him here in this 2-1 game. Pitch wide, 2 balls and a strike. Upton, Crawford, and then Ibar do against Joe Blanton. Well, the pitch is a strike 2-2.
Yeah, you'll see shifts occasionally against the right-hand hitter, but the first baseman can't shift because he's got to get to the bag at first base if there's a ground ball to the left side. That's one reason. I know Jack Clark, when he was in the National League, he was a dead pull hitter. Second baseman be playing him up the middle, but the first baseman can't do it. That's the main reason. I just think there's more lefties too.
3-2 is popped down that right field line and out from second base. Utley can't handle it. That ball falls in front of Worth, and BJ's in it. Second safe. BJ drops one in the Bermuda Triangle out there, in among Worth, Utley, and Dobbs. And Upton beat Worth's throw into second base for a 2-base hit.
You're right. I love that, the Bermuda Triangle. That's exactly what that is. 3 men. Once he sees it up, jogging at first, he's got to get going, BJ. Get going. Get going. Get enough speed to get in there, but can't take that for granted. That's a tough play for 3 guys converging at one time, but BJ has enough speed to get in there anyway. He wouldn't have gone beyond that, but got to bust hard right out of the chute.
So that's it for Blanton. The Phillies make a pitching change. We'll be back in a moment. Second base and nobody out. Blanton gone 7 innings plus. And here's the double by Upton.
Yeah, BJ puts it in the air. Now he's got to get going hard. Here's the 3 guys converging that you're talking about. Off the glove of Dobbs right there. The angle, the best angle is the second baseman. That's Chase Utley. It gets him off the end of the glove. Yeah. But really, that's the best angle on a ball like that. Jason Worth was too deep. He didn't have any chance. But because Dobbs was there going for it too, which he's supposed to, if Chase could have called him off soon enough, he probably would have made the play. But there could have been a major collision too. If you look at J.C. Romero's numbers, back from his suspension.
He's on to face Carl Crawford with Upton at third and a turn back, nothing doing. 10 strikeouts tonight for Blanton, and that equals his career high. He had 10 against the Angels back in 05.
Yeah, he pitched well. Corners are in, looking bunt. J.C. Romero did Upton a favor, showing him the inside move right away.
Again, that move, and Upton's on his way back to the bag already.
I mean, that's a good move. If you think he's going to go first pitch, that's a good move, but he didn't do it with conviction. So what you do, and I'm sure the Rays knew it anyway, but he lets you know, I've got an inside move, so I may do it.
And again, but nothing doing.
I just don't think, even though Longoria's out, I don't think with the heart of the order you do it unless you're 100% sure with nobody out.
First pitch is a strike, a fastball taken by Crawford.
I mean, you got the corners in, which means less range for the first and third baseman. Carl Crawford's hangs in there well against all comers. So I think you let Carl hit until he gets 2 strikes. I don't think you steal it unless you're 100% sure.
Wave and a miss. Nothing in 2. So Romero in here getting the jump on Crawford.
Plus you got a free shot. Carlos Ruiz has a quick release. You got a free shot at third base with a left-hand hitter at the plate. So it's just not a good sequence to do this right now. Steal third base, I mean.
And another move back there, a turn, but no throw.
In fact, the threat of it is almost better of him still being there to help Carl out a little bit.
Crawford takes it inside. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Crawford, interestingly enough, is 2 for 6 lifetime against Romero.
He battles. He loves scrapping.
Inside to take the count to 2-2.
And any attention you can take away from Romero against Carl Crawford is better. That's why I say it's better that BJ stays there right now. Got to get the count to 3-2.
And a ground ball right side, foul outside of first. So we'll have another 2-2 pitch to Crawford. Rays lead 2-1. They have Upton at second base with a leadoff double. This would be a big run to pick up. Two. Here we go. Ball 3. The count is full. Well, we have the Rays leading the major leagues in runs scored. The Phillies leading the National League in runs scored, and they're hooked up in a 2-1 game here in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah. It's been great pitching. Jimmy Rollins is back now. And now it's not a bad time to go because the last thing Romero wants to do is walk Crawford. He wants to throw a strike here. And the infield backs up. But Jimmy Rollins is aware of that, so he's kind of dogging BJ Upton. He's back pretty good right there, though, if you take a look at the overhead shot. What a great shot.
3-2 and a little looper into left. That's going to fall for a base hit. Over to third goes Upton. He'll have to stop there, and the ball dropped into shallow left. So it's first and third with nobody out. Quickly, let's check in with Todd Kalas. He has an update on Evan Longoria.
Dwayne, we just got the word. He's got soreness in his left hamstring. Soreness, left hamstring, just taken out for precautionary reasons. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much. That was the original diagnosis when that hamstring flared up on him. Soreness again in the left hamstring here. And so Willie Ibar, who just entered at third base in the top half of the 8th, will bat for the first time.
You know, that base hit, obviously the credit goes to Carl Crawford. But I think BJ, like I said, staying there was smart. It helped him because it got some pitches when he was down 0-2. It made Romero throw some strikes.
The move to first.
Up in the zone, I mean. He didn't want to bounce one and let Upton advance, so consequently, Carl battled well enough to get a pitch to, even though he blooped it, it was a hittable pitch.
Base on Crawford. First and third, nobody out. Ibar in the batter's box. One more time to first.
The Phillies are playing double play depth up the middle, and the reason for that, they'll give up. They don't want a big inning. They figure, okay, even if we're down 2 runs, you look at Rollins right there at short, and Utley at second.
And the pitch high, a fastball, and that time Ruiz popping out from behind the plate. Had the ball pop away from him, and he had an eye toward third, just in case Upton was taking any liberties.
But here's the thinking: you got 3, 4, 5 coming up. Utley, Howard, and Worth. You got to score 2 runs if you're the Phillies to win anyway. And so that's what Charlie Emanuel's thinking.
Fly ball, short left center. Stairs makes the catch. Tagged by Upton. Throw to the plate is in time. Upton cut down at the plate, trying to score from left field on that short fly ball. This is a big play for the Phillies.
Yeah, momentum coming in. And let me tell you something. Matt Stairs has always had a good arm, and he throws a 1/2 strike, and that's how you block the plate. Carlos Ruiz getting the right knee down to keep BJ from getting in there. That's how you block the plate right there on the ball to your left.
Now the Phillies did some things right there. Stairs got his momentum. He one-hopped the throw, and there's the block of the plate.
Right there. That's how you block the plate. You don't let him get in there. He slides around it. Can't get through the legs there. No through the wickets there. Completely block the plate off with your shin guard.
So Crawford's at first. Carlos Pena's the hitter with 2 outs now. He bounces one foul. Firestone leaderboard. Take a look there. Among the leaders for extra base hits, Albert Pujols, Evan Longoria, Raul Ibanez, he's DL. Ryan Howard, he's in the Philly lineup. Teixeira and Pena. Carlos 1 for 3 tonight. Crawford back in at first.
I was a little surprised. I got to be honest. I'm not surprised very often when the Rays run, but with nobody out and Stairs coming in, the ball shallow, and Carlos coming up, a little surprised they took a shot right there. The Phillies have the best defensive team in the National League.
Low throw, dug out by Dobbs at first. Well, I was impressed with Ruiz at the plate, denying the plate to Upton.
That's why he's the starting catcher. It's not for his bat. It's what he does with his game calling, blocking balls, engaging himself with the pitcher, and you just saw he knows how to block the plate. I just thought Stairs had too much momentum. The ball wasn't very deep. I just thought he had too much momentum coming in. And like I said earlier, I've known Matty a long time. Played for me in Boston. We were together in Montreal, and he's always had a good arm. You think of him as a pinch hitter, but he's always had a good arm. Not a fast guy in the outfield, but plenty of arm strength.
There goes Crawford, got a good jump, and there will be no throw. That pitch hit Pena. So Crawford breaking. Pena hit by a pitch. The Rays have runners at first and second base now, with 2 gone for Ben Zobrist. No speed at second with 2 gone. Zobrist 0 for 2 with a walk against Blanton. Now hitting right-handed against Romero. The pitch a little bit wide.
Now here, they'll let Carl Crawford steal third here. They're playing back. They're worried about a base hit. They don't want any holes out there. So they'll let Crawford steal third, and Payne ought to just stay put because Ruiz will throw behind him to second base. So Payne ought to just stay right there at first base if Carl goes.
Double, a single, and a hit batter, but no runs. The double play on the short fly ball. 2 on, 2 out. That's low. Covered up by Ruiz.
And it's nice, too, to have the presence of Pat Burrell back in the lineup and on deck. And believe me, the Phillies know that. Big home run tonight, the only 2 runs the Rays have. That makes a big difference in this lineup, having him back.
The 2-0. And it's high. 3 balls, no strikes.
Now, if he gets a fastball, it's going to be off the outside corner away if he gets one.
And there it is, wide. So the bases are loaded. They are loaded for Pat Burrell. So far tonight has given the Rays both their runs with 1 swing of the bat in the second inning. Charlie Manuel comes trudging out of the dugout. We've got the right-hander in the bullpen.
61
It will be Chan-Ho Park. We'll be back in a moment. Wrap-up game of the series tomorrow. Andy Sonnenstein against Antonio Bastardo. We'll be with you on Sun Sports. Coverage begins at 6:30. Chan-Ho Park facing Pat Burrell. The first pitch is outside. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
And the good news is Pat Burrell has seen plenty of Chan-Ho Park when Chan-Ho was with the Dodgers the last couple of years. Knows exactly what he throws.
And there's ball 2. 2-0. Take a look at Park's numbers on the year.
Chan-Ho started in the rotation. He's pitched in 18 games. ERA pushing 6. 50 1/3 innings. The league's hitting close to 290. And Pat's got the count in his favor right now.
Two balls, no strikes. And a ground ball headed toward the middle. Rollins safe at second base. And the run hustle of Ben Zobrist right there making that possible.
Boy, you are not kidding. I mean, he got there quick. Called a jam shot right there. Jimmy Rollins just waits back, flips it. That's a good call. He's in there. What a great effort by Ben Zobrist. That should go as a base hit. Could be fielder's choice.
Now a breaking ball to Jason Bartlett, misses. 1 ball, no strikes. How about that?
That's just great hustle right there. That's a huge run in this game.
So Zobrist, who walked, just beat the play into second. And a little popper, short right field. That ball's going to fall. Base hit. Pena scores. Zobrist crossed the plate. Burrell goes to third on the base hit by Bartlett. 2 runs score, and the Rays now lead 5-1 as Bartlett extends his hitting streak to 18, and the Rays open a little daylight here in the bottom of the 8th.
Well, huge, and you got to thank Ben Zobrist for a 3-run inning right here. Another one in that triangle. Nutley this time couldn't get to it at all. Giving it chase the best he can. Right off, even didn't get to the edge of the glove that time.
Which was originally set by Quentin McCracken, August 18th.
Zobrist hustled this inning to continue. And now the base hit by Bartlett. Here's Gross taking a pitch down. So Jason Bartlett equals Quentin McCracken's 18-game hitting streak. That's the longest in club history.
Yeah, Burrell won't get credit for a hit. It's a fielder's choice and an RBI. He'll take it. He'll take the RBI. And because bases were loaded, Zobrist had a huge lead at first base. Bases were loaded. Infield was back with a power-hitting Pat Burrell up there. And Jimmy Rollins just didn't read it. He just didn't read it well. I mean, he had an easy throw across the diamond at first base.
Gross takes a pitch down. 2-0.
Of course, with 2 outs, the runners are going on contact. So Ben even had an extra advantage there. Once he saw Burrell swing and make contact, he even got an extra step on that, too.
Gross fouls it up the right side. 2-1.
See, if it's 1 out, you can't go on contact because it might be a pop-up. But with 2 outs, you go on contact. You don't care where the ball's hit. And happen to be right at shortstop, and that's just great effort right there. Smart heads-up play by Ben Zobrist.
That's why you run hard all the time.
You bet.
Zobrist has made this inning. There's a shot up the right side, back into the corner. Here comes Burrell in to score. Bartlett hits third, looking to wave him around. Gross is headed to third. He's going to be out there, but the Rays get 2 more runs on the double by Gross, and the Rays have a big bottom of the 8th inning. 2 more runs score. The Rays score 5. They lead 7-1. Tobacco-free Florida wants you to be tobacco-free. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com for more information. By Subway, play hard, eat fresh. And by Aflac, we've got you under our wing. Well, just when it appeared the Rays may have run themselves out of an inning, Ben Zobrist ran them right back into that inning. They score 5 in the bottom of the 8th, and they now lead 7-1 as we go to the 9th.
Yeah, they've been caught 3 times on the bases from outfield assists, but Ben Zobrist beats out what should have been an infield assist. Jimmy Rollins to Chase Utley. And the inning continued, so it went from a 2-1 game to a 7-1 game.
There's Chase Utley now with Randy Choate doing the pitching for the Rays, and he throws a first pitch strike. Utley, Howard, and Worth due up here in the top of the 9th.
Look at this right here. I mean, that's opponent's batting average against. That says enough right there. $133. 3 saves and 3 opportunities for Randy Choate.
Ground ball to third. Ibar with the pickup. The throw to first. Utley is out number 1.
You know, I was thinking about that play by Ben Zobrist too. He thought about that before that happened.
Yep.
That's not by accident. He knew he could get a big lead because the bases were loaded. Everybody was playing deep. And he's saying, you know what? Any ball hitting the ground, I'm going to make sure I get to second before if they want to just go to force at second. I mean, you have to think about that ahead of time. That's not just, I'm going to hustle down there and react.
Yeah, that's some heads-up baseball right there.
You're anticipating that. Pat does hit a lot of ground balls to the left side.
Ryan Howard. Pitch too high. A ball, no strikes. The Rays and the Phillies had a 2-1 game going into the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Rays put up 5. Two and nothing.
Well, Garza set the tone for this game. That was really big tonight.
117 pitches, 8 innings. He finished with a 1-2-3-8 and made some very good pitches in the 8th inning. 2-1 now to Howard.
You know, I was thinking about the question, looking at the shift right now for Ryan Howard. The other reason you can't shift like we're seeing. Look at second base right here, Ben Zobrist. Keep going. There he is. The reason you can't do that with a right-handed hitter is because he can't make a throw across the outfield to first base.
Yeah. Here's Bartlett with the pickup, and on the shift they get Howard. Same thing as happened in the 7th inning out of that shift, and it's Bartlett who throws out Howard.
You know, I'm still thinking about the questions, you know.
Yeah. How you thinking ahead?
Want to make sure we answer thoroughly.
Way to go. You're engaged. I like that.
I'm engaged. I love that. I stole that word from you the last couple nights, by the way. Love that. That goes in my vocabulary now.
Very good. Well, 2 outs. Base is empty. Jason Worth is the hitter. He's accounted for the Philadelphia run with a 7th inning home run, and the first pitch from Choate is a strike. The Rays fans on their feet. Well, hope you're making plans to be out here tomorrow night. Crowd tonight of a little under 19,000. They've seen a great game. It'd be great to have a big crowd tomorrow in the finale of this series. 2 strikes to count. Jason Worth, the hitter, Randy Choate on the hill. And I'll tell you, it really makes a difference, too, in the performance of the team. You know, it's pretty basic, but even at the major league level, it makes a difference when there's a lot of fans here cheering you on. Fly ball into left center field. That's going to fall for a base hit, 1 hop to Upton. And, you know, I think the Rays, their reaction, the organization's reaction, I think, was measured. There was a lot of talk about that today, about last night's crowd of under 20,000, and I think there was an expression, not critical, but one of disappointment with the Phillies in town. And I think the people in the organization understand that For example, our television numbers are up. You know, merchandise is up. We see Rays gear wherever we go on the road, as well as all around town, and they're grateful for the support they had in the stretch run last year. And having said all of that, they know that it's not an overnight process. There are things that the organization will have to continue to do to increase attendance. Mayberry pinch hits here for Stairs, but I think the honest answer to all of that is that they're not critical, but there was some disappointment in the crowds last night and again tonight. That'd be great to have a big crowd show up here tomorrow.
I tell you, that's a fair assessment right there. Disappointment's a very fair word. It's not critical. It's being honest and fair. You should see a sellout with the Phillies. The Phillies have a chance to go back. They are that good in the National League. The Dodgers are playing well, but the Phillies, and so do the Rays. Yep. I know right now that the team's hovering around between 5 and 6, 7 games back. That's very doable. Very doable. Casmer's coming back. Burrell just got back. Burrell can be streaky as heck. He can start hitting some home runs like he did tonight.
Well, it makes a difference when the crowd here is cheering for the Rays as opposed to the Phillies. And you heard a lot of that last night. 3-0 now the count as Mayberry pinch hits for Stairs. 2 outs and a man at second. Worth moving up on indifference.
It makes a big difference when the fans are cheering for your team. 28, 29,000, 38,000 out here doing that.
And the pitch is a little bit low. So a single and a walk after Choate got the first 2. Dobbs due, and Chris Coast will pinch hit for him.
Yeah, one more base runner, and you got to get, well, there he is there. I was going to say, you got to get JP up again. But Jim Hickey's going out there. Number 1 to make sure Randy Choate finishes this off. Number 2 to give JP a chance to get loose again. He was already loose, ready to close when the score was 2-1. Of course, in a 7-1 game, he was sat down.
39 J.P. Howell up in the Rays bullpen.
So the Rays talk it over on the hill. Yards for 8, Choate 2/3, and now a couple of base runners. We'll be with you on Sunsport tomorrow, 6:30 with the pregame show, and Andy Sonnenstein will be opposed by Antonio Bastardo. Coast to pinch hit. First pitch is a strike. Fastball. Ground ball in the hole. It's short. Bartlett to second. Game over. Rays win. 7-1. And a nice play by Bartlett to Zobrist for the force play at second on Mayberry to end it. And the Rays have evened this series at a game apiece. For the Phillies in the ninth, a couple left. Rays win it 7-1. We'll be back in just a moment.